Welcome back to another Degrassi season review deep dive. We're going to be doing season 5 today. Uh Season 5. I kind of have mixed feelings when it comes to season 5, and I only say that because I feel like a lot of people like to say, "Oh, that season 6 is like the weakest season when it comes to the OG era." I feel like as many times as I've watched season 5 recently, I feel like season 5 is definitely the weakest. And a lot of y'all are not going to like what I have to say about this season. I don't think this season is bad, but I do feel like nostalgia saves it. And I'm only saying this because it's from the OG era, but I do feel like seasons from the new generation definitely clears this season. Definitely clears it. I'm taking season 12 and 13 over season 5 for the OG era. I don't give a fuck. Jaws can drop. Y'all can feel like I'm tripping. I said what the fuck I said. I will literally watch season 12 and 13 over season 5 because season 5 of Degrassi only has a handful of good things in this season. And then literally after that, it's filler. This is probably the most season where a lot of the OGs did a lot of fucking nothing. They just sat back. They did too many storylines that were just too early in the season to where they were so quick to wrap them up, and then they gave those characters nothing to do for the second half for the season in its closing. Like Manny, for instance. Let's talk about Manny. Manny had a good premiere episode focusing more on her character, how her character is insecure. She had a part 1 and part 2 episode about this, with Peter being a creep and recording her while she was, topless and drunk, taking advantage of her. He should have got more consequences. He should have been arrested because that's child pornography. They should have went more into Manny having to walk to school. Fuck that. Having to come to school every day knowing her nudes were fucking linked. That everybody saw her topless. Like they should did something where how that affected her her mental. Like, was she gonna become suicidal? Was she gonna start self-harming? Was she like something? Instead, they just threw Manny in a relationship with Craig. Like, really? Instead of focusing more on her character and doing something with her after those part 1 and part 2 episodes, y'all are so quick just to throw her in a relationship with Craig that nobody asked for. The fans did not want this. Y'all just put them in a relationship, and it's like, for what? That's stupid. You literally had the opportunity to do something with Manny's character, and instead of doing that, you put her in a relationship with a boy. And it's like, I can't say I'm surprised because that's literally been her character this entire time on the show. There's so many missed opportunities they could have did with Manny, but since they were just so hell bent on making her the it girl or the hot girl, she lacked character development. I don't care what anyone says, she lacked character development. She really lacked it. Like, I really don't care what anyone says. Like, she really lacked character development. Like, she has daddy issues because her dad thinks she's a loose girl. Her dad thinks she a slut. So it's like, you really could have did something with that. You could have did something with her nukes being leaked and her daddy finding out, and that, that they could have made Manny more promiscuous. Like, they could have, like, really had her sticking to her dad, like, oh, you think I'm a slut or you think I'm loose. They could have had done more with her character, but instead they threw her in a relationship with Craig that nobody asked for. And then it's so funny to me that how everybody was so quick to say, oh, Emma's a bad friend. I feel like the video was to make Manny look bad because it did nothing for Peter. It did a lot for Manny. I mean, think about it. Manny got kicked off the squad because of her boobs being shown. Well, honestly, that moment in the with Paige and them, that should have been where they all should have came together and asked her what happened. But instead, they made fun of it instead of asking her what was going on. I did not like that. It does make it seem like, okay, Manny's being victim blamed for something she shouldn't be victim blamed for. The whole thing with Emma saying she hate her, that was to make Emma look bad because at the end of the day, Manny was drunk when she went up there with Peter, but at the same time, she knew that Emma liked Peter. So it's like, I could kind of see where Emma's coming from, but then I could feel like, on the other hand, she did take it too far by saying she hated her because she wouldn't let Manny speak her side of the story. But it's like, that was to make Emma look bad. Even Emma dating Peter was to make her look bad. this is probably the most season where Emma really didn't do shit. Like, Emma didn't really do anything in season 5 until the anorexia storyline. Like, she really was laid back. Like, they just had her with Peter, and then they had the whole storyline with her mom and dad getting divorced, or whatever they was doing, separating with Spike and Snake. A storyline I do not care for. I don't even know why they did that storyline with Snake having a life crisis. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But I feel like they could have did more with Manny, right? You get the story. You got the storyline with Paige. Wanted to get into school. She got her life goals, things she things she want to achieve within 5 years after high school, and Alex is kind of telling her, like, you need to relax, you need to chill, and just take life as it is, because life does not give a fuck about your plans. You can have your whole life on a sheet for things you want to achieve in your 5-year plan, and life is going to go different ways. It's not going to go how you want to. And Paige told Alex she doesn't get it because she doesn't have a future. And when Alex kind of explained to Paige why she doesn't look into college, is because she doesn't know where she's sleeping tonight. Basically, Alex has a bad home situation, to where how can she be looking into college when her life is not stable, right? Her life is not stable, which kind of explains why her relationship with Paige was kind of unstable, because Alex wasn't a stable person. She never knew what stability looked like, so to her, being unstable or staying in a place for too long is uncomfortable when she's kind of used to moving and moving and moving, which kind of explains their whole relationship not working or going the way it should have went, because Alex wasn't stable. And I don't want to blame it all on Alex for why the relationship didn't work. Paige too, because I don't really think Paige liked the girls. And I feel like Paige kind of led Alex on a little bit. Paige didn't really know if she wanted to be with Alex or not. And I think that explained a lot to me than anything, because it just made me realize, oh yeah, Paige is not into girls. And I feel like she did it Alex because Alex liked her. I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely think Paige did love Alex. But I feel like sometimes she felt like she was pressured to give Alex a chance because of them kissing in season 5. But it's like, I like Paige and Alex build up. Their relationship, however, meh. That's just how I feel. Their relationship is very meh. But their build up was very iconic, though. Very iconic. Spinner didn't do shit in this season. Like, they just had him in a relationship with Darcy, had him in this whole Jesus boot camp. Like, this season was really filled with a lot of filler once they stopped doing all the good episodes. Like, a storyline in this season that's gonna always piss me off is the Liberty pregnancy storyline. And I say that because they were so quick to... They wrapped this storyline up. Listen, this storyline happened in episode 4. You find out that Liberty is pregnant in episode 4, right? This is when she told JT. And then episode 7 and 8 is where the episode ends, right? So it's like their storyline is wrapped within 3 episodes. Why? You didn't have to be so quick to wrap their storyline up. Like, you could have done more. You could have did a little bit here, a little bit there, and focused on giving more characters something. Like, you were so quick to end the storyline. And I feel like, and I always said this, and I even said this in their relationship video on why they're one of the ships I can't stand. Had Liberty just listened to JT about giving the baby up, he wouldn't have felt like he needed to get a job and get money for the apartment. She should have been told her parents that she was pregnant. You feel me? But because she told them too late, they didn't want JT to be involved in his baby life, which is just weird, because it's like, had he not been involved, then he would have been that nigga that would have been like, oh, Liberty, we can't keep put our lives on hold because your baby daddy don't want to be involved. So JT really had a lot of pressure to take care of Liberty and the baby because Liberty didn't want to stay at home because her parents did not want JT to be involved in the baby's life. So he had to find another extra way to make cash, which involved him selling drugs and getting the money for the apartment that him and Liberty could stay in. Liberty found out that he was selling drugs, and he ended up taking a whole bunch of oxycodone pills, and he almost tried to do a suicide attempt. Instead of focusing on JT and doing something with his character after those episodes just goes into a black space. Like, he doesn't get anything. Like, he just disappears. Liberty doesn't even talk to him about giving the baby up. Like, none of that even feels important. Like, Liberty finally having the baby and then giving the baby up. All that was, like, on a back burner because after episodes 7 and 8, they totally forget Liberty is even fucking pregnant until the episode where she give the baby up when Craig leave and go do music. It's like, really? You hyped the storyline up. Don't get me wrong, JT and Liberty had some of the best episodes when it involved their pregnancy. Do not even get me wrong. But at the same time, that storyline is kind of underwhelming because, number one, they were so quick to wrap it up in the season. And then after episodes 7 and 8, they totally forgot Liberty was pregnant. You don't even get to see if JT's still in the hospital. He should be in counseling. Hell, maybe rehab, because it's like, what makes you think it was just okay to just choke down 6 oxycodone pills? He needed help. Like, it's like it's like they were just so quick to just do what they can for this season and not really think shit through. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, it's just a whole bunch of filler. Like, I don't care for Marco. I don't care for Spinner's relationship with Darcy. I don't give a fuck. I did like Craig and Ellie's like build up, like you said, what their relationship would have been like had they just put them together. Putting Craig and Manny back together was stupid. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of whole shit in this season I don't like. Them I do like. Putting Manny and Craig back together was stupid. You had Craig and Ellie in your hands, and you didn't even think to put them together. I did enjoy the Paige and Alex build up. I loved their part 1 and part 2 episodes with them kissing, and then the whole rumor going around with Hazel asking Paige, is she a lesbian? It's like, did nobody ever think of the words bisexual? And then Jay obviously being manipulative and telling Hazel that he saw Paige and Alex kissing, and told Hazel how would he feel if everybody found out that Paige was gay, and that they're gonna automatically think, oh, she was fooling around with Hazel. I'm not gonna lie, I felt something between Jimmy and Ellie. Like, I'm not even gonna cap, when I watched the episode where he was falling for Ellie, him and Ellie would have looked cute together, but I feel like had they not had her have feelings for Craig, they would have definitely done something with Jimmy and Ellie. But since she was already in love with Craig, there was nothing they can do with that. Again, I do not care for Jimmy, like, at all. I don't give a fuck. Our Lips Are Sealed with the Emma and Alexis storyline is definitely a storyline I completely fucking love. The actress who played Emma did her fucking big one. She did her fucking big one. Like, for all those who say she can't act, she did her big one in these part 1 and part 2 episodes, Our Lips Are Sealed. She did her big one. And these episodes really hit close to home because she suffered from anorexia in real life. So she was just showing what she went through in real life. She lost her sister to anorexia, so this storyline definitely lived, like, it's close to home. She did her big one with this storyline. I loved her in these episodes. Go, Emma, go. Like, Emma did her big one. Go, Emma, go. It is so crazy to think that these episodes was originally supposed to be for Manny, but they figure, oh, Manny, you're not giving the acting we need. We need to give it to Emma. Emma was doing her big one. Emma did her motherfucking one. I loved Emma in these episodes. Hands down, some of the best episodes in the season. Like, this season just feels boring. It's a lot of filler. I feel like nostalgia definitely saves season 5 because I feel like I did put it in a higher ranking when I did my I think I did put it in probably my top 5 spot or top 10 spot when I did my ranking for Degrassi seasons from worst to best. But now that I'm looking at it, I do not think it deserves to be in a high ranking, because I definitely feel like nostalgia saves it, because season 5 just don't hit like it did back when I first started getting into Degrassi. Absolutely not, because it's more filler than anything, and there's a lot of shit I dislike than I really do like. For real, for real. They did a lot of shit I was not a fan of in season 5. Nostalgia definitely saves it. Like I said, I'm taking other seasons from the new generation over season 5. Like I said, I'm taking season 12 and 13 over it, hands down, because they definitely have more drama. And in those seasons specifically, there wasn't really a lot of shit I disliked. It was really a lot of more stuff I definitely did like. I'm going to give season 5 a 7.9. And I'm only giving it a 7 because there was some episodes in that season I liked, that I really did like. And them episodes are probably the only reason I would ever go back to watch season 5. But I can never ever just sit and watch a whole season of season 5. Nope, I can't, because nostalgia saves it. And it's just a lot of fucking filler. Like, you can't even pretend like it's not. There really is a lot of filler for season 5 for Degrassi. So this is my deep dive for Degrassi season 5. Catch you guys on my next video. The next videos I will be making, I will be talking about Kick Badowski and Mad. So please be checking out for that. Until next time, catch you guys later.